Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Scorpio June 6, 2022. You're in a more idealistic, hopeful frame of mind today, with the moon's transit of your sector of joy and its harmony with dreamy Neptune in your sign. Your feelings are colorful, and you can be more affectionate or feel freer to express yourself. With a Sun-Mars transit also forming today, you can be feeling especially passionate or enthusiastic about a project or idea. You might connect with someone special or take a project to a new level. You can also be quite determined to put a lingering problem behind you. Before the moon concludes its journey through sentimental Leo and your romantic fifth house of love, passion, and pleasure, the moon will harmonize with go-getter Mars in your sign, which, in turn, heightens everything from your carnal desires to the energy behind your unique love language. Whether you're single or already romantically attached, you're being called to embrace your emotional authenticity and repressed passions without guilt, shame, or fear. Moreover, now that Mercury is making an exact sextile to Venus, the cosmos is urging you to discuss your feelings, as it could help take your connection to the next level. Exciting financial possibilities are on the horizon. Today, Venus in Aries sextiles Mercury in Gemini, cluing you into incredible financial opportunities. Your mind is bursting with new ideas, like ways to make money, secure what you have, and capitalize on your skills. As you explore each idea with a flexible mind, you should consider keeping track of what catches your eye. Today's sextile could propose several new financial ideas, so make sure you are writing down your insights so that you can figure out what is worth further exploring. With no planetary activity in your work sector, the moon's return every 4 weeks is always a valuable chance to check in. The difference this time is that the moon returns just days after Venus, the planet of money's return, to your income sector, and with Jupiter returning next week, just as this financial year moves into its most lucrative phase. Use this time to renew contacts with your family. They will be pleased, and you might even be able to resolve old conflicts, as a mediator or by taking the first step to clear matters up. The constellation is favorable for burying the hatchet once and for all. Your emotions will be slow to rise up throughout the day, but you can work that to your advantage if you can keep people anticipating your next move. Just smile and let them think what they want. In touch with your emotions, you are fortunate to be so clear about your feelings, which helps you decide exactly what to do. Whether you are looking for casual dates or interested in starting a more serious relationship, you make the right choice. Start planning how best to pursue your own happiness. You must pay attention to your bones. How are your bones feeling? There are many ways to nourish your skeletal system, calcium being one. Deep tissue massage and chiropractic, if possible, are other ways to nourish your bones. They stimulate the blood flow and sort of lubricate joints by paying close attention to the nerve endings in the connective tissues joining bone and flesh. If you want to feel better connected to your bones, try one of these methods for a change. It can be challenging at times to accept the members of your family for who they are. On a day like this, filled with your own vibration, you may find it easier to gain a greater appreciation of the people you grew up with. No one person acts all good or all bad. You draw characteristics and qualities from many sources. Try to see the positive aspects on this family-oriented day. The more accepting you are, the more you will be accepted in your own uniqueness. As much as the moon's first visit to Cancer since Ceres returned and the last before your birthday month and new solar year begins is an important chance to check in, its friendly aspect to forces across the solar system today is giving you a taste of things to come. A friendly aspect to Neptune in an adventurous part of your chart and to the South Node in a playful part suggests that even though things are taking off professionally, the future is not going to be all work and no play. While the moon will clash with Pluto in your relationship sector before it leaves Cancer tomorrow, today this is giving the spirit of romance a boost. It is the moon's friendly aspect to the South Node, the force behind last month's eclipsing full moon in your romantic sector, that also taps into the spirit of adventure. Our eyes in the sky. There's a lot going on, but everyone will be breathing that familiar collective universal sigh today as communications guru Mercury goes direct after spending the last few weeks in a frustrating retrograde cycle. And its pairing with the slow-paced, detail-driven bull should give you lots of time to get to work on correcting errors, fixing mistakes, and clearing up the general confusion that was caused by this latest chaotic Mercury retrograde cycle. Things on your lengthy to-do list for the day. 1. Go back over important emails, DMs, and texts you sent recently to make sure they were coherent and expressed what you wanted them to. Make adjustments and send new communications if necessary. 2. Double-check all details and, if necessary, rebook flights, hotel and/or rental car for a vacation that got cancelled or delayed. 3. Fix any tech-related items that malfunctioned or broke. 4. Go over financial statements looking for errors. Keeping good track of your money matters more now than ever. On the other hand, if you plan to establish yourself in a clear and well-defined relationship, now is the time or never. The sky boosts your enthusiasm and your joie de vivre by stimulating your desires and projecting you into the future. However, do not hesitate to withdraw from the game to preserve your energy capital and face a fairly exhausting end to the day. In the pre-dawn hours, the Leo moon squares off with Venus in Taurus, making us self-indulgent. This transit can provoke difficulties within our relationships because we are thinking only of ourselves and not of our partners or friends. This may be due to overconfidence, as we may be assuming that others' needs parallel our own. Or, paradoxically, it might be due to a lack of confidence, as our unmet desire for affection stimulates insecurities. At its worst, this influence causes us to think of others as our property. When we feel entitled, we make inappropriate demands of those we care for. After noon, the Gemini Sun forms a square with Juno in Pisces, complicating contractual relationships. Ego conflicts will be more apparent under this influence. However, because this connection is occurring in mutable signs, more subtle manipulation tactics are likely to be at work. Juno in Pisces means commitment without boundaries. In our bonded relationships, we now believe we are functioning as a unit, and what's good for one person must be good for the other. Our sense of compassion is also boosted, causing us to overlook red flags in the name of devotion. However, the Gemini Sun encourages us to look at our unions from various perspectives, to break through deception and collect new evidence regarding our engagements. Even if this aspect does not trigger fights or disputes, an internal storm is brewing, as we consider how we may be relinquishing our individuality through spiritual or emotional bypassing.